All right, good morning, cyber traders. Well, happy Friday. Good morning, everybody. Let me just see. I got hello. See if everybody can see okay. See everybody in the trading room. There we go. All right, good to see you, Lita. Good to see you all. Howdy, Deborah. Everybody on YouTube, Facebook, welcome back. Good morning, everybody. So hopefully everybody's excited. I'm excited. Today's Friday. I was just talking to Josh yesterday about the beginning of the NFL season, so look pretty psyched about that. I don't know if some of you are as excited about me, but I think I kind of not really after how bad my team played last year. But anyway, I know we got some NFL players in here in the trading room also, so hopefully you guys are excited too. But it's going to be a beautiful week here in New York. It's going to be nice, so I expect it. This is probably the last weekend of the summer. I mean, I know Labor Day was this week, but kids were off from school and all that good stuff. But you know what? Kids went back to school for only 2 days. People are going to go away, make a long weekend. And I think really things are going to start picking up with the market going on, starting next week. Now, regarding about what's going on, what the big news is, we all know the big news. And you heard what President Biden mentioned about now he's putting mandates and he wants every single company over 100 employees to be vaccinated, mandatory vaccination. Otherwise, they get fined $14,000 a person. So how do we benefit from that, right? I mean, listen, don't get political. Remember, I always told you, remember, if you love them or you hate them, if you love Trump or you hate him, different policies, these guys are extremely powerful and they can make certain stocks move. So first thing we look at, we're going to pop on and look at all the virus stocks, so all the corona stock, vaccine stocks. So you could see Mindura is doing pretty well. Rumor came out. I mean, the news came out obviously sooner than later. You could see right here the stock right around 9:30. The thing had to pop from like 420 all the way to about 450, and it did gap up a little bit. I'm actually kind of shocked. I thought it would probably be up a little bit more than that. Because he came out with the news after the market closed. So, I mean, it's not up a lot. So kind of weird on that. It did drop. You can see all the way 300. And, Pfizer is another one. We did well on Pfizer, even though they got FDA approval. What's weird is that they had the FDA approval. And if you notice, it's like on a downtrend. It's starting to make a higher low, right? You look at it, it's like, doesn't look that, it's like not really looking that pretty as much as it did before. So, but I mean, we got to keep an eye on it. Wall Street knows better than anybody. If they can vaccinate 100 million people by forcing this mandate, that's a lot of money for these companies. It's a lot of money for them. So we should look at it that way. Now, obviously, we know there's a bunch of other of them out there, and for everybody here on YouTube and in the room, we really don't trade these stocks, okay? But can it affect other stocks? I mean, market is up, about 160 points? It's funny, when you really look at the Dow, it really hasn't gone anywhere. I mean, look what happened as of, we're going to May, for crying out loud. Look at May. The high in May, the market was at 34,800. You're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months. Okay. And then my buddy over there at DTI, Tom Busby, he obviously is like really nervous about the market. I don't know if some of you, I know know Tom very well, and he's thinking this market's going to be a big short soon with inflation and everything, which is pretty cool because what's nice about you guys learn from different speakers, different gurus like us, is that somebody has a different market. Like they work more on the option side, more the future side, where I work more on the stock side, and you see the patterns, and we see it more. It happens as a day trade, which will lead into a swing trade. So yeah, I mean, I'm hoping the market just stays flat because it's good for my IRA. I just funded it yesterday, and that was a pretty big bill, and I wasn't too happy about that. But got to do what you got to do, right? Now, there are a couple of swing trade stocks that are doing pretty well. Now, one of the big things, if you're a football fan, sport fan, I mean, DraftKings is obviously doing pretty well. Now, a lot of us own DraftKings. We we've been watching this stock. It took a big hit right here down to $40. I end up jumping in. I don't know where you guys got in, but I pretty much got in right around here once it broke this high right here around that 54. Now this is a swing trade, not a day trade. Okay, so we're looking pretty good on that. And which was so nice about this, we covered this in class. You had a beautiful Fausto flag right here. Look how gorgeous that was. It was so easy. So even if you missed it, I mean, look at that Fausto flag there at 60. All right, we all know what Fausto flags are. We covered that in class. And look at now, it went to 64. So I averaged up and bought more, if you remember, I was talking about it. I averaged up like here on the third day because this thing popped to like 61 and whatever, but you could see how it kind of consolidated. So I got in around, I think like 59, somewhere I averaged up. So I got a price at like 53, then I average up at 59. So I kind of like that. That's more of a swing trade. I also own Donut, which you all know I'm a favorite of, and we know we have a lot of Krispy Kreme. The only thing that ticked me off, I lost money on, and I made a mistake yesterday. I sold EDU, and I got, I had the problem with EDU is I had a lot of shares. I had a big block of that. Now, by the way, these are swing trades, all right? But then she had a good pop in the morning, so I don't know. I mean, that stock is like playing games with me. It's got some resistance levels here at 240. Now, so there are a couple of nice little swing trades that are moving pretty decently. Regarding about what's going on for today, listen, it's Friday. We know we want to be careful. We want to get too cocky. So let's go over some of the stocks. Actually, before we do that, let's talk about yesterday because we had a couple of good ones that did move. I want to start off with the AEHR. So that one had a nice little trend. You could see it right here. Let me blow this up so you guys could see it a little bit bigger and better. So at 9:30, we had a nice pop. Stock went from 888 and shot all the way up to about 1080. Nice little push here right around that 130 time frame. And then it had that last push right here. Not really a nice trend going right into the close, but it was more of a middle day run, which, sometimes you could do that. If some of you here, you can only trade in the middle of the day. ATER was also a nice trade at 9:30. The stock ran from 850 straight up to about 1113. BBIG, I mean, it's funny. I get these alerts, from other, because I follow other people. I'm just curious what they're trading. And it's so funny how everyone's on the big, on the BBIG, bandwagon. We've been trading this thing for almost a week and a half. Now, the only reason why I don't like it now it's more of a swing trade. It's not more of a day trade. It's pretty volatile to day trade. Okay, if you already know that already. To get this big pop right here, I mean, look at that. Number one, it's in the middle of the day. Look what happened in the morning hours down here. So it's more of it's very difficult to day trade big. There's a lot more stocks that are a lot more easier to trade than that one. This one's obviously probably the easiest one of them all. The GEVO, I think you guys killed it on this one. This thing right at the gate at 9:30, it's just basically right here, went from 620 all the way to like 720. And you were pretty much done. It did that consistently all the way to 1130. All the way, even if you jumped in at 10:30, you chased it at 7, and you sold it at 8. I mean, you still made a buck, buck on 1,000 shares. $250,000 a year salary. That's why we're all here, right? So that was that was probably the easiest one out of them all. Now, so that's obviously the past. Okay, that's yesterday. That's the book. Let's turn the page and let's focus on what's going on for Friday. So we got a couple of interesting stocks. SOS obviously is making a big pop. That was the first stock on my watch list. I didn't get a chance to bring it up. I was going to bring it up earlier. She just moved right now. I mean, she just moved right now. She probably had that 9 o'clock pop right there. And SOS, I'm just going to bring it up. Now, there's a big iceberg order. You can see it right here for 98,000 shares. There was this guy right here that just got done. Let me just move this up 2 hours. You can see this big iceberg here for 77,000. Once he got done, that thing ran from 620 all the way up to this resistance around 3, which is a pretty big pop. And it looks like the next one is about 320. So that was a really nice move right there on that stock. Following the money on that one. So that one was on the top of the list. This one, I don't know what happened. This morning I found it and as she started crapping out, she was actually, if I do look at yesterday, this is the reason we have to look at. Sometimes you got to look at yesterday's resistance. So this stock after hours had a huge pop. I probably assume it's an IPO, earnings announcements, or they came out with an FDA approval, something like that. But I think it was FDA. Anyway, the stock literally ran from 6 and after hours ran to 14 and came back down. So the reason why it's backing off right at this 1450 is because of yesterday's after hours. Sometimes you got to go back and look at it to have that game plan. If you didn't, you'd be down $1 right now. But I see when I look at level 4, there's a couple of big iceberg orders that are popping up right here. You can see there was a guy right here. He pulled his order at 1410. He came back down to 14 for 25,000. So you got some big iceberg orders right there. There's a guy 1450. Not a lot of shares, not as nice as that like 100,000 share seller. But anyway, tier size, if you look at it, very, very small. 100 tier sizes on level 2, which the only thing probably level 2 is good for. Another one, ENDP. Another one that's got a little bit of a gap up. You could see the stock took a big hit since August, kind of built some support levels around $2. If it can get past this price right here at 270, which are about 20 cents away, then it's a gap fill. And when a gap fill, you know what gap fills are, then it's going to it could probably go all the way back up to 323. So that one looks like a very interesting play. Do I have it here on the level 4? Yeah, I'm not seeing any sellers out there, I'll be honest. I see buyers. Around 242, about 17,000. Not really that many sellers out there, which is a good sign. All right, next one on the list, ABUS. Another one that came up on my watch list. This stock was the other one that did really good yesterday. I forgot to mention this one too, but she's also continuing that nice little rally right there. So ABUS, just made the watch list. APLS, another one getting crushed. Okay, so this is what a lot of you hear why you became a day trader. There was one student, I don't want to bring him up. He's in the room already. He's a new trader. He says, I've been following other people and I thought swing trading was the deal. And then I got involved in something and I'll never go back to it because it really, I worked so hard to make that money and I lost it all, in 1 year's worth of work, I lost it in one day. And this is why you don't hold overnight positions. This stock right here, you could see the writing on the wall. Okay. Stock went from $65 down to 55. You know this because we saw it earlier. Once it broke this major support levels, and this is a day trader, then it started breaking down. If you didn't get out, imagine waking up right now and the stock's at 37, okay? Just horrible. Just a big, major catastrophe. Anyway, from the look of it, of this stock, we still got some support levels right around the 30. So still got a lot more room to go on that one. You can see it right here. It's not really doing too well. Anyway, pharmaceutical stocks, we know about them. They don't come back. MRSN, another one that came on the watch list, taking a big hit too, down 30%. Listen, we also short. You can short. Just remember, before you short these stocks, make sure you check and see if it's on your short list. You don't want to spend all this time focusing on shorting it and then find out it's not on the list. All right. So anyway, that's the watch list that we got. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stocks. And if you want to count the vaccine stocks, you can add about another 2, but I'm pretty much going to stay away from them. I'm not going to remember. We don't want to get too crazy here on the Friday. All right. Anything I'm missing? APLS connected to ISEE. Is that what it is? Let me see. Well, ISEE and then APLS. I don't know. APLS is not looking too well. But those stocks are going to make the watch list. All right, everybody. So listen, it's Friday. If we don't see you in the afternoon meeting at 2:30, we'll see you on Monday. For everyone else, we'll start commentating, obviously, when the market opens up. And for, and everyone here on YouTube, like I said, if you're watching this as a recording, we're live here every morning at 9 a.m. and 2:30, so don't miss it. Good luck, everyone. Happy trading. Be safe. If I don't see you, enjoy your weekend. See the rest of you in the Cyber Group room when the market opens up. Enjoy your rest of your day, everyone. Be safe.